Good morning. Our guest speaker today is pastoring two of our congregations in Australia since his ordination in 2005. He is an American citizen by birth, married to an Australian, Elizabeth Goldup, and this year they will be celebrating their 24th wedding anniversary. And they met at SEP camp. They have been blessed with four children, age 18, 15, 13, and 11. And recently, Pastor Al and Elizabeth have become fur parents when they adopted 7-month old puppy named Ziggy. Pastor Al entered Ambassador College in 1990, 31 years ago, the same year that six of us Filipino students entered as freshmen in the consolidated campus in Big Sandy. And Pastor Audie is one of them. In the summer of 1991, I was with an international group of students when we did the Sioux to Sioux canoe trip. In that group was someone from Poland, US, Australia, Germany, where we paddled for 5 days and covered about 65 miles. Pastor Al, Pastor Al and I were in that group. One of the things that I share with our guest speaker, aside from his contagious laughter, is our common experience in serving as SEP camp admin aide to Dr. Nelson in Orr, Minnesota. And we did this for several summers. When he left for Sri Lanka to serve with the Ambassador Foundation for 17 months to teach computer and business classes at the Waterfield Institute, I replaced him for 2 summers as Dr. Nelson's admin aide. I held the fort for him, so to speak. In 2006, he started serving at the Australian SEP and became the camp director and the national youth coordinator for Australia in 2010. We got to have our mini reunion in Melbourne in 2016 and with other friends from college as well in 2017 in Brisbane when we attended the ACCM when Audie and I were being accredited as facilitators for the modules. Pastor Al responded when asked about being a pastor. He said, "What I love most about pastoring is getting to share the good news of God's gospel each week. What I find most rewarding is when I find out God used me as a tool for sharing His good news about the Word of God through a sermon I gave. At college, many friends told me I would become a pastor, but I didn't want to believe them. Now that I've been pastoring for many years, I feel like I was born for this role, as I think of it as both a job and a vocation." GCI Philippines, it is an honor and a privilege to introduce our guest speaker for our Resurrection Sunday online worship service, our close friend from down under, Pastor Al Kujawa.